Hi children, in today's class we came to the conclusion of money and credit. Today we are going to learn just one 5 mark question which will be very easy and very important as well. The topic is Self-Help Group, SHG. Before that, as we discussed about formal and informal credit, I think you will be aware that if we are getting loan from banks or cooperative societies with formal procedure, then that is called as formal credit. If we are getting loan from friends, relatives or money lenders, that is informal credit. And usually rate of interest in banks will be less than the rate of interest charged by the money lender, because the money lender can get any percentage of interest from the person. If you are okay with it, you can get money from the money lender, right? So now we are going to discuss which kind of people are getting which kind of loan. What about the poor people, what about the middle class, and what about the rich people? So look into the first chart, that is about poor families. So poor families means they are not having any asset. So these kind of people, they are getting informal credit. Okay, they are getting loans from the money lenders and they are not going to the banks. Why they are not going to the bank for getting loans? Because if we want to get loan from the banks, then we need to submit asset, we need to give land document or jewelry or any other cattle. So like that we should give some asset value. So these poor people, they are poor because they are not having asset. Then how they will get loan from the banks? It's not possible, right? Because of that, they are going to get loan from the money lenders. So that blue color is representing informal and purple color is representing formal loans. So poor people, they are getting informal loans and just 15% of the people, they are getting formal loans. Look into the second graph. This is about household with few assets. They may have one house, they may have one cattle, they may have one machinery like that. So they are having an asset. So here it's like half and half. 53% of the people, they are getting informal loan and just 47% of the people, they are going for formal loans. Look into the third chart, well-off households. Well-off household in the sense they are somewhat rich. They are not extremely rich, but they are having some asset and they are having some little bit savings for them. So these people, 72% they are going for formal loans and 28% of the people are going for informal loans. And look into the last one, rich people. They are having lot of assets, they are having lot of money, and these people found it very easy to get formal loans from the banks because they are having asset, so they can get any amount as loans. And just 10% of the people, they are getting informal loans. And here you can take Vijay Malaya as example. Clear? So the people who are having lot of assets, they can get loan from banks or cooperative societies, and people who are not having house or land or buildings, they are getting loans from money lenders. And just think who's getting more affected here. Exactly the poor people, right? As they are going to get loans from money lenders, they need to pay high rate of interest. So it will be very difficult for them to pay the amount back. And rich people who already is having money, they are getting loans from the banks where rate of interest will be very less. Clear children? So this is the fact. And here this is a very important 1 mark question. What prevents the poor from getting formal loans? Prevents means what stops the poor people from getting loan from the banks? Exactly, absence of collateral. As they are not having any asset, it is very difficult for them to get loan from the banks. Clear children? Okay, fine. And the people who are getting money from money lenders, it's very easy to get amount. Any day, any time you can go and get an amount from the money lender if he trusts you. Okay, if the money lender knows you personally, he can give you loans to you any number of time. For example, if you are getting 50,000 rupees from a money lender today, if you are not paying the amount even after 1 month, you can go to him again and you can ask for another 15,000 from him. If he trusts you, he will give you the amount. So even without paying the initial amount, we can get another loan from the money lender. But the thing is, the money lenders will charge for high rate of interest, and there will be no records of transactions. So they will not be maintaining this much amount I gave him on this date, he paid the amount back, like that. Most of the money lenders are not maintaining the record. So the people who are getting loan from money lenders, they should be very cautious, and they should make some evidences that they repaid the amount. And at last, they are harassing the poor people. If any poor people got loan from the money lenders, and if they are not paying back, then the money lenders will walk to their house, they will use unparliamentary words, and they will just threaten the person to get the money back. So these are some of the drawbacks when the poor people are going for informal credit. Okay, what is the way to stop it? So there should be some new ways to provide loans to the poor, because the poor people, they are getting affected by money lenders with high rate of interest and even harassment, right? How to stop it? So there is a way. It is to organize the poor people into small self-help group. The people are helping themselves. That is why it is called as what? Self-help group. So there is a new way to give loans to the poor by organizing them into small self-help group, SHG. And here, this is mostly offered for women in rural areas to give benefits and to give a lot of advantageous thing to women in rural areas. The government has introduced this scheme. And just imagine your classroom is SHG. That is, the members of your classroom is one village, and you people are going to start SHG. Okay, so this SHG will have 15 to 20 members, and most of these people will be from neighborhood who are living nearby, and they will be meeting regularly. As the people are in nearby areas, they can easily come and meet in a particular place, right? So that is why the people living in neighborhoods, they are starting a group. So in your class, 15 to 20 members are starting SHG, and you will be meeting on a particular date every month. Okay, so you will be deciding that who and all are going to join this group, on what date shall we meet every month. Shall we meet on 1st, or shall we meet on 7 or 20? So you will fix a particular date. And also you will be giving a name for your group. For example, 10A is one village, and name of that group is 10A. So 10B is one group, 10C is one group. Clear? And you people are just meeting every month regularly on a particular date. And on that date, you are going to bring a particular amount. So that also will be decided earlier. Okay, so what amount shall we save every month? Shall we save 100 rupees per head, or 200 rupees per head, or 500 rupees per head? So that depends upon every member's capability. If all members are okay with rupees 500, then you are meeting on a particular date, right? So for example, every month on 2nd, you people are going to gather in your classroom, and you must come with that decided amount, say rupees 500. For example, 10 members are in the group. Every month on 2nd, each member should bring 500. So there will be head for the group. As you are having class prefect, here there will be 2 to 3 heads for this group. Okay, so that head will be collecting the amount from all the people. Clear? So totally 10 members are there. Each person are bringing 500 rupees, and the head will be collecting the 500 rupees from the 10 people. So what is the amount getting collected every month? 5,000. Clear, children? And that amount, collected amount, the head will be going to the bank, and they will be opening an account on the group's name, and that amount will be deposited on that account. So this will be repeated every month. So every month 5,000 will be collected from all the people, and the head will be depositing it in the bank on the group's name. So for example, 5 months got over. So what will be the amount saved in the bank? It will be 25,000, right? So 5 months, every month 5,000. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So totally 25,000 will be deposited in the bank. Now, suddenly, one person is in emergency situation. He needs 20,000 rupees. So now, when you're meeting on a particular date, on the second, on the sixth month, the person is saying, "I want 20,000 rupees. I'm in an emergency situation." So now, all the group members will decide, okay, let us give him, and 20,000 amount will be given to that person on demand, and every month that person who borrowed the amount should pay rate of interest. Clear, children? So they can take small loans from the amount deposited. See, all the people are saving amount and you're getting a bulk amount in the bank, and if any person is in emergency, then that person will be provided with the amount if all the group members agree for it, and this person will pay rate of interest every month, and that also will be added in the bank deposits, and every month they need to pay interest. But the thing is, this interest will be very less compared to the interest charged by the money lenders. So that is the very much advantageous thing here. Okay, fine. So the collected amount is deposited in banks every month in the group name, right? If you are depositing the amount regularly in the bank without any interruption, without any problem, without any delay, then the bank will be impressed by your group. Okay, so what the bank will think means, okay, these people are depositing the amount regularly every month. So even if we are giving loan to this group, definitely they will pay it back. So let us trust them and let us give loan. Like that, the bank will give loan to your group name. For example, if the bank is giving 1 lakh rupees, then what will happen? That 1 lakh will be divided between the 10 members in the group. So how much amount each person will get? Each person will get 10,000 rupees, right? So the bank will be impressed by the group if the savings are in regular form, and that loan will be divided between all the group members, and every month all group members should pay interest, or they can even pay back the entire amount in the first month itself. That depends upon the people. So here lot of benefits are there, right? Because you're getting amount whenever you need, because you people itself are saving amount and any person can get it back, and the bank is also providing loan for all the people. So with that amount you can create self employment, you can release the mortgaged land, that is the land which is under money lender, as you cannot pay the money you borrowed. So now you can use this money and you can get the land back, you can do cultivation, and you can use this amount for purchasing working capital. What is working capital? You learned in 9th standard, right? Story of village Palampur. What is this working capital? The capital which you need, the things which you need in processing a particular thing. If you are doing a business, in between you want to purchase something, right? For example, if you are having cotton textiles, you need to purchase cotton every month, and for purchasing that you need money. So this raw material and money is the raw material. You can use this money to purchase the raw material, and you can buy housing materials, and you can acquire some asset, you can purchase machines, cattle and all. So using that machines and cattle, you can earn lot of money to pay back the rate of interest and the amount you borrowed. So because of SHG's amount and loan given by the bank are very much helpful in rural areas for creating self-employment. Clear, children? And the important decisions regarding the group, if suddenly you want to change the date you people want to gather, or the place you want to gather, like that, important decisions will be taken by the group members. And whether the person who borrowed the money are paying back properly or not, this will be followed up seriously by all the group members. So all the group members will be keenly watching whether all the people are paying the amount back or not. If any person is not paying back, then all the members of the group are responsible for it. Clear, children? And here, as all the savings are regular, and as all the people are responsible for a particular person's repayment and borrowing, the banks are willing to give loans. Okay, they are having assurance, right? Okay, all the members are there and they are saving regularly, like that they are having some assurance. Because of that only the banks are willing to give loans to SHG. Are you clear in this? Okay, fine. So that is about the procedure SHG is following, and this is still happening in many rural areas. So if any of your grandparents or your relatives are in rural areas, just inquire about SHG to them. And coming to the last thing, merits of SHG. Here, there is a problem called lack of collateral when you're getting loan from banks. But here, through SHG, without collateral, you can get loan from the banks. And the interest rate will be very, very reasonable. And here, all the rural poor, they are like unity, right? They are in a union form. So it is said to be building blocks of organization of rural poor. And financially, women are becoming self-reliant. So they don't want to depend on others for business or for getting any invested amount. So they are self-reliant. They are depending on themselves. And it is also creating a platform to discuss about the social issues. When different people are gathering in a place, definitely they cannot keep quiet, and especially when women are gathering here, for sure they will be discussing about lot of issues. What happened in your home? Did you see that man beating his wife? What is the dinner in your house today? Like that, they will be discussing lot of things, right? So SHE is creating a platform to discuss about social issues like domestic violence, about health, about different current affairs. So these are the merits SHG is providing. Any doubt in the children? Okay, fine. So coming to the question session of today, why poor people are choosing for informal credit? What is the reason the poor people are going for informal credit? And coming to one additional information today, if you ask, can we get loan only if we have asset? So 100% it is not like that. You can get small loans from the bank even without any asset. So if you are a working person, if you are getting 20,000 or 25,000 salary, then definitely you can get personal loan from the bank. And if you are getting 50,000 loan, so they can give 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees for your salary. And if you are paying the rate of interest and if you are repaying this loan properly, then the bank will be impressed by you. So the bank will think, okay, if they are repaying this 2 lakh rupees itself in a proper way, we can give more amount than this. That amount also this person will pay. Like that, the bank will be impressed and the bank will give 10 lakh rupees. See, initially, if you are getting 2 lakh rupees, if you pay it back properly in a regular period of time, next time, once when you complete finishing this loan, the bank will give you 10 lakh rupees. And if you are paying that 10 lakh rupees also regularly, properly, and if you complete paying the loan back, then again, the bank will gives you 15 lakh rupees. So like that, it will goes on. All the thing the bank needs is regular payment of rate of interest. Okay, so by that only the bank will give you more and more loans. So if you are paying all the amount properly, you will get a score. So if you are writing all the answers properly, you are getting score, right? So like that, in banks, if you are paying the rate of interest regularly every month, you will be getting a score, and that is called as CIBIL score. CIBIL, CIBIL score. So whenever you are repaying the rate of interest properly, your CIBIL score will increase. Okay, so that will be recorded. To whatever bank you go, they will check for your CIBIL score before giving loans for you. If you are not repaying the amount properly, then for every month your CIBIL score will go in minus. At last it will go for complete minus. So no bank will be ready to give you loan because they are checking your CIBIL score. It will be registered in all the banks. Anybody can see it because we are living in digital India, right? So if your CIBIL score in minus, the bank will think, if this person is not repaying the money properly, if we give, then same thing will happen to us. So let us not give loan to the person. Like that they will decide. Clear, children? So the thing is, if you take small loans, repay it properly, your CIBIL score will increase and the bank will gives you more loans. Getting 10,000, repaying it back properly, you will get 20,000. If you repaid properly, 1 lakh. If you repaid properly, 2 lakhs. So it goes on to crores. Okay, so remember this properly, and if your parents are not aware about it, just convey it about it. Happy learning.